Well, it's time to review the last Sims game for the PlayStation Portable. Sadly, it has to be the Sims 2 Castaway, a game I originally reviewed last November, and boy howdy, did I not have anything nice to say about it at all.
You ain't lying.
That game was god-awful. So awful, I never wanted to review any more console Sims games for a while. But since then, I've played better games, and I'm in the mood to wrap up yet another future compilation. Given this is the PSP, a heavily flawed handheld that could have worked had it not been for the UMD games, all the moving fragile parts inside the PSP, and of course, the single stick issue. But enough about how the PSP was doomed from the get-go. It's time to review the Sims 2 Castaway for PSP to see if it's any different or better than the PS2 version. Spoiler alert, it's not.
Oh, okay.
The Sims 2 Castaway is a survival game. You get in a boat wreck at sea during a horrible storm alongside anyone else you added during Create a Sim. As you explore the island, you uncover more secrets, gather supplies, increase your skills, and find a means of escape. All the while doing literally everything in tiny sectioned off levels, subpar graphics, and tons of technical hiccups. Ah yes, it's just as bad if not worse than the PlayStation 2 version. Great. Just great. To begin, you have to make at least one sim. After that, you can make up to 5 more for a total of 6 sims. Not surprisingly, there's barely any assets to make sims in the first place. Get used to people looking the same.
Yeah, I've heard they all look alike.
There's only a small selection of hairs, facial hairs, and face presets. You cannot sculpt your sims' faces unlike in the PC game. So yeah, at least I made some attempt to make myself, Charlie, Muda, and Zach. Then I added 2 females to make it not such a sausage fest. After all, no homo, right?
I'm gay.
Okay, so besides sussy wussy fat laughing Indian man guy, the rest of us are not sparkles and sunshine. During Create a Sim, you will notice you cannot give your sims any accessories like glasses, hats, or jewelry. You also cannot choose your clothing. That is predetermined based on your gender of male or female, then also depends on your occupation. Yes, your job will determine your outfit, and of course, what starting skill or skills you'll have during your island survival.
Oh Lord Jesus! Oh Jesus! Get the water, nigga! Jesus Christ! Lord have mercy! Get the water, nigga! It's going down! Ah, the motherfucking bootleg fireworks shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
So after creating a decent looking Charlie, too bad I can't adjust the height in The Sims.
Do I look like a happy camper to you? Didn't think so.
Making a butler, I mean black friend, so I can't be called a racist.
Ain't nobody want you around. Not even your parents want you. What's wrong with you?
And of course, the balding hobgoblin king himself, Asmongold, except I couldn't find the right hair. I mean, they all have too much hair still.
Suck a fucking dick, shut the fuck up.
We set sail for a day on the sea, singing karaoke badly, drinking, and fishing. Then the Fire Nation attacked. Once you begin, the game will ask if you want to participate in a tutorial. Thank God it's optional. I declined since I've already played the PS2 version, but dear God, is the controls just a joke. I get you have to work in with the limitations of a vastly flawed handheld, but god damn son, this shit be a joke. Since the PSP doesn't have a second stick, or even an L2 and R2 respectively, you have to use a combination of buttons to access various things like speed up, speed down, pause, and moving your camera. More on the camera later.
What a load.
It's just a clunky mess, and I'll do my best to explain it. Use the analog stick or C-stick or whatever you want to call it to move around. The X button, it's not cross, damn it. I'll never accept that it's called cross, it's the X button.
Damn straight.
For accept and interact, circle brings up your Sims personal inventory for the shit wipe and bed mat, plus anything like food and tools. Triangle is your cancel button. Square is to bring up your motives and other information. Left shoulder button plus the stick allows you to switch Sims if you have any who joined your group. To do that, I'll explain later on. Then finally, you can use the right shoulder button plus the stick to move your camera around, but only when you're not moving. Then finally, to do things like speed up, slow down, and pause the game, you hold the left shoulder button and press up and down on the D-pad.
It's awful.
Yeah, the controls are a clunky mess, which is to be expected from this console.
Damn right.
As to be expected from the PSP version of all Sims games, you have a vastly limited amount of objects and fire code limitations. You cannot place many objects before random fires begin to occur, and given this is a survival game, that means about another 2 real-world hours till you have enough required resources to build new stuff. Gotta keep making the same shitty-ass mistakes all survival games make, after all. Then again, this came out before the survival craze.
Doesn't matter.
So if you place a single building, even if small, you cannot place another one in that area. You must build another in the new section of the island, or just demolish the current hut for a new one. One piece at a time.
Oh shit!
Of course, this is such a chore to deal with, just to build a new hut. That essentially is the same thing with the same amount of space or rooms, just a different skin. What a load of bollocks. With any survival game, they get needs wrong. Every time, for some reason, they think all people in survival games are hypoglycemic and narcoleptic. Seriously, any survival game where you have to eat, sleep, you name it, you need to eat way too much and sleep way too much. There's no way this is realistic. It's just a way to pad out the game
and also piss me the fuck off.
Jesus Christ!
In this game, you'll be eating more fish than there are in the ocean. In this game, you'll be sleeping longer than the average human lifespan. In this game, you'll be shitting more in a day than your average elephant does in a year.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Most of your playtime will be trying to not starve to death, trying to get enough sleep so you can harvest resources, or even just explore the islands. And of course, the other various needs like hygiene, entertainment, comfort, environment, crapping yourself, and social.
Is that all?
Which brings me to another issue all survival games suffer from, the needless grinding. You will be harvesting resources for hours just to build a simple tool. It's awful, and I do not like it one bit. Thank God there was some cheats. Too bad there wasn't one for needs. I needed a way to not have to deal with my Sims always starving to death because they haven't eaten a blue marlin in the last 5 fucking seconds.
Oh, it's true. Oh.
If you don't use cheats, get used to the game's repetition. Hack at a tree for some wood, then eat 30-something fish, then sleep, then crap, then eat 30-something more fish. Then crap, then sleep, then eat something more of something 30 fish, then crap, then hack at a tree for more resources again and 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 again. The one pro I can give it is the game loads quickly. As you explore and hit non-stop loading screens, they'll be pretty brief. Too bad The Sims 4 couldn't be like that.
Based.
Another thing you will have to deal with entirely is doing everything alone. The only time anyone did anything to help was putting together a hut once they joined my tribe. That was the only time they did anything to help. Otherwise, the other 5 Sims are just wandering around, not helping you at all unless you designate them to do something. But good luck doing so, because every time you want to interact with a Sim, they wander off or interact with another Sim, so you cannot interact with them. They're purposely avoiding responsibility, leaving me to do all the hard work by myself. Honestly, if I could escape and leave them behind, I would. In order to progress, you have to complete goals. If you do not complete every single one, you cannot get hold of new build mode objects, tools, and the ability to escape. It's just a badly designed game all around. These goals range from spearing a fish, cooking the fish, to befriending the chimp, or somehow knowing how to build things like a home torch or a radio to send out an SOS to escape that way. And the thing is, the goals are too vague. They don't explain nothing, so you have to Google everything if you want to figure things out. Yeah, fuck you too, game. Another issue this game has, along with the entirety of The Sims 2 and The Sims 1 and its spin-offs, is building relationships take forever. I don't have the time nor patience for this bullshit. I need to befriend people, have them join my tribe, and escape. But no matter what, even after telling Asmongold over 100 jokes, he still won't join my tribe. It took forever. It took literally almost the entire 4-hour playthrough to finally get everyone to join the damn tribe. Also, don't go expecting to build relationships to bloom into romance. Yes, you can romance Sims still, like any Sims game basically, but it's near impossible as Sims scatter, never wanting to interact with you, and you only earn a dinky amount of friendship points with each interaction, if it's even successful. I just gave up after a while. The only people I could even befriend weren't even people, but chimpanzees. After just about 4 hours of non-stop playing this game, I just wanted to quit and never play it again, but I decided no, I needed to actually complete it. I didn't complete the PS2 version, it's only right I finally do it with this one for PSP. You have a few ways to do so. You can escape by radio SOS, but I never could figure it out. So I settled with the boat ending, which required me to have level 10 body skill just to jump from the top of a waterfall into the lagoon below, which allowed me to swim towards a beach with a spot for a boat schematic. I had the resources and was quick to end the game once and for all. The ending just sucks. It's one of the worst endings in gaming history. Like Rage. Just take a look and let's move on to the other section. The music is forgettable, stereotypical island tunes on top of some licensed stuff I won't bother even playing. There wasn't a single memorable tune in the game. Not the main theme, not creative sim, not buy mode or build mode, and sure as hell not even in game. This game was just a painful experience all around. One good thing I can say about this game is the fast load times. In fact, I barely even noticed the loading screens. Then again, when you're just a PS2 game ported to the PSP with worse everything, I guess that just makes sense. The worst loading screens are still any large areas like the Geyser Springs and Pirate Ship for examples. Too bad the game can't play good, given it has a major problem.
Oh boy, here we go.
That problem is your camera. It just doesn't want to work right. You're constantly moving it around, just trying to see what's around you. Tons of objects get in the way of seeing anything around you. So if you're in a small area, get ready for non-stop blocking while having to adjust your camera, which will sway around and zoom in and out on its own as you move. So you're always fighting the camera no matter what you do in this game. For the entire playthrough of about 4 hours, it's just not worth it.
You're not worth it.
The game is just the PlayStation 2 version downgraded even more so. Just to work on the PlayStation Portable. This game looks a million times worse than anything else on the PSP with The Sims. The Sims 2 and The Sims 2 Pets on PSP look way better, especially The Sims 2 on PSP. How is that even possible? It's not even a demanding game in comparison to The Sims 2 PSP. You're just exploring tiny sectioned off levels with no activity, nothing to do, and for a while, only one sim to start out with. Too bad the bad graphics don't help with any of the hiccups though.
My eyes!
Yeah, this game has some technical hiccups, from freezing to stutters to slowdown and of course, crashes galore. This game is a technical nightmare on the PSP. I never had this many issues on the PS2 version, but here, you best be ready to deal with non-stop performance and stability problems, while fighting a bad camera and having to grind for hours on end just to get the skills you need and tending to your hypoglycemic needs, where you must do everything yourself just to complete the game. And the worst part was, I was originally going to do this review sooner, but the game crashed before I could save and I lost all my progress of about almost 1 hour of gameplay. And I was just about ready to say, fuck it, I'm not going to make this review whatsoever. But no, you know what? I need to warn people of just how shit this game really is.
I know you told your friend you're not okay.
At the end of the day, The Sims 2 Castaway for PlayStation Portable is a worse version of the PlayStation 2 version. From more technical problems to bad controls, it's just a bad game I cannot recommend. But at least I can say I actually completed this game, unlike on PS2, where I just gave up about halfway through because of all the problems the game has. But still, it was not worth it. This is one of the worst games of the Sims franchise alongside The Herbs, The Sims 4, The Sims 3 for Wii and 3DS, My Sims, and more.
Let's roll.
The hell was that?
I honestly didn't want to even review this game again, but since it was the last Sims game for PSP, I might as well get it over with for yet another compilation in the future. If you actually like this game, good for you. You're probably blinded by nostalgia because you grew up playing this game. I didn't. I missed out and thank God I did. Though I was sadly exposed to the DS version, sadly.
You poor bastard.
Anyways, I don't know what's coming out next, but whatever it is, let's hope it's actually a good game. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.